Hello everyone, Will the Outlaw here, and today we're going to be taking a look at Transformers Studio Series Leader Class Bumblebee Movie Concept Series Megatron. Jeez, these long figure names are getting ridiculous. This figure is part of the Studio Series concept subline, and is what Megatron would have looked like had he appeared in the Bumblebee movie. I'm going to get this out of the way right now. This figure is a leader class, and while he may not be the biggest figure, he certainly earns the leader price point with its build, paint apps, and plastic quality. For example, he may be around the same size as a Voyager like Shockwave here. He is far more complex and has a much higher parts count. Looking at the figure itself, and wow, first thing I noticed about this figure was its weight. It's a heavy figure. Joints are nice and tight, and it just has a very premium feel. Speaking of premium, the paint apps and molding details are top notch. This figure is covered in silver paint with black and red highlights spread throughout. The robotic details are sharp and perfectly molded throughout the figure. The deco gives it a very G1 inspired look while remaining in the world of the modern films. The head sculpt is just as detailed, but the detail is somewhat lost in the shiny silver paint, with only the red painted eyes there to break it up. Even though the sculpt and paint on this figure are very impressive, the articulation is where this figure really shines. Ball jointed head, butterfly shoulders, up, down, forward, back, bicep swivel, a little more than 90 elbows, wrist swivel, individually articulated fingers with 2 cuts, waist swivel, wide range at the hips, deep knee cut, ankle pivot, and up and down movement. This thing is extremely posable, and it's really a lot of fun to just mess around with. The only accessory this figure comes with is the famous fusion cannon. This weapon is so much a part of Megatron's look, it's kinda hard to actually consider it an accessory. One thing this figure has in common with 95% of all movie Megatrons is that its focus is on the robot mode. Unlike the other movie Megatrons, however, this figure is a triple changer. Allegedly. First off is the tank mode. Tank mode. I think it's a tank. It does have treads and a spinning turret. I'll give it one thing. It's more of a tank than the Revenge of the Fallen version. There is also a jet mode. The transformation to jet mode is a little more challenging because things don't really connect as well in this mode. This mode is really only a jet in name only. I mean, it has wings and is somewhat swooshable. The cannon doesn't really fit anywhere unless you put it at the bottom, but it just looks ridiculous. All in all, this figure is really only meant to be played with in robot mode. Yeah, the leader price point is a lot for a Transformer that only has one good mode, but holy cow, is this a good robot mode. The Bumblebee line as a whole is one of the Studio Series highlights, and Megatron is one of the best. Bottom line, this Megatron is the best Studio Series Megatron ever made, and is perfect for any movie shelf. Plus, it's a really fun figure to mess with. Well, that was my look at Studio Series 109 Bumblebee Movie Megatron. Like, share, subscribe, and I will see you all soon. Laters.